So on New Member Sunday, I have a quiz. Does anybody know what the UCC motto is? God is still speaking. That's a good idea, but no. Any other ideas? Yeah? Well, yes, indeed it is, that they may all be one. Everyone flip over your bulletin on the back side. You will find the crest, I guess, or the logo of the UCC. And in there is that they all may be one. Comes from where? Not hard. Yes, exactly. John 17. So we are part of a denomination, the United Church of Christ, that takes this prayer of Jesus's very seriously. It is our foundation, that they all may be one. The UCC was formed in the mid-50s by 4 different denominations coming together over time to create one denomination. And although there were differences in doctrine between these 4 denominations, they chose as a body that it was more important to live out this prayer of Jesus's, that they all may be one. And so we came together. The UCC takes this seriously. We see ourselves as a united church and a uniting church. That is our purpose, to bring people together. And it comes from this prayer of Jesus's fairly far along in his ministry. Now, it might surprise you that this was not always Jesus' point of view. He started his ministry as a Jewish rabbi, working within the Jewish faith and speaking specifically to other Jews. And it took a mother, a non-Jewish Canaanite mother, to help deepen his understanding of God's way of love in the world. All right, now I'm going to ask you to do something else we don't often do. There is a Bible in the pew in front of you. Yes, there is. Page 797, assuming all the Bibles are the same. We're looking for Matthew 15, verses 21 to 28. Matthew 15, 21 to 28. I'm going to have you read along silently while I read out loud. I think sometimes it's important to have the words in front of us instead of just listen. Matthew 15, 21 through 28, hopefully page 797. And this is when I wish I had brought my reading glasses, but I can do it. Maybe. Whoops, now I've lost my page. Matthew 15. I have a different Bible. I have the Bible that the new members got. All right, here we go. Nope, not going to help. Jesus left that place and went away to the district of Tyre and Sidon. Just then, a Canaanite woman, that is a woman, a non-Jewish woman. Just then, a Canaanite woman from that region came out and started shouting, "Have mercy on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But he did not answer her at all. And his disciples came and urged him, saying, "Send her away, for she keeps shouting after us." He answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and knelt before him, saying, "Lord, help me." He answered, "It is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs." She said, "Yes, Lord. Yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." Then Jesus answered her, "Woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And her daughter was healed instantly. You need some context for this passage. Earlier in chapter 15, Jesus is talking to his disciples and others, and is saying that what comes out of one's mouth indicates what's inside of their heart. That what comes out of one's mouth indicates what is inside of one's heart. Jesus has thought about this for a long time. He has his intellect working on what it means to be part of God's kingdom of love. And he has just told people that what comes out of one's mouth indicates what's in their heart. What just came out of Jesus' mouth? He just called a woman a dog. Now, there are commentators that will say, that wasn't so bad. It really wasn't dog. It was like puppy. The Greek word was puppy. I don't buy it. What came out of Jesus' mouth was condescension, judgment, and separation. And it took a Canaanite mother, a non-Jewish woman, to help him hear what he said. It was when she said the words and called herself a dog that something happened there between verses 26 and 28. I believe that he heard what had just come from his mouth, and he realized it was not of God. And so a shift happened in his understanding. His understanding of the divine deepened because of this woman. Appropriate on Mother's Day. And the gospel continued to unfold. We have all sorts of times in our own lives when we are separate from the people around us. Usually separation is based on fear. We have all sorts of times in our lives when the things that come out of our mouth are not reflecting the state we want our heart to be in. But Jesus is our example again, as always, because he used both his intellect and then he listened with the ears of his heart to this Canaanite woman, and he was changed. This past week was Holocaust Remembrance Day. Dawn was telling me how the synagogue in Simsbury has a 48-hour vigil in which they speak the names and the ages of the lives lost during that atrocity. And on my feed on Facebook, there was a video that I think does a beautiful job in representing what I'm trying to get across to you this morning. That what we need to do to breach separation, to bring people closer, is to use our intellects and our hearts focused on our desire for unity. That desire for all people to come together. Because that's the Christian message. All people are the children of God. So I want you to see this video. It's like 3 minutes long. And then afterwards, I want to talk about it a little bit.
Was ist das?
Habe nog niet eens zo nagezien.
Onzin.
Is stuk moeilijk.
So what do you think the turning point? What were the elements that came together for the turning point in that video? Saw her as a human being. And how? How? Because he had been indoctrinated, that she wasn't, right? How do you see her as a human being? Yeah. And it was a unicorn. One, unity. What else? They were both scared. Yeah. Common human emotion. They were both doing something wrong. You know, the one thing I noticed is that he said, I've never seen a Star of David before. And she said, it's beautiful. It's not something to be ashamed of. It is a mark of my faith. It is a symbol of my identity. My friends, we are challenged every day with people who we feel are separate from us, different from us for one reason or another. And we are called as Christians, as followers of Jesus, to work towards unity with all people. And you are members of the United Church of Christ, who supports you in that, in our very core values of being a uniting force in the world. And we need to use our intellect. And we need to listen with the ear of our heart so that we can live into that call and live into that prayer of Jesus, that all people can be loved and are one. Amen.